plenty of things you can do to help build your focus. There's so many. The things that I implement in my day-to-day is, number one, setting tasks for the day, or to-do list, setting goals, whatever you want to call it. But the fact that, what the hell is this camera? Racism. The fact that you can set tasks and actually achieve them is like a mental tick. You've done something, and especially when they mean something to you. Recently, I've been trying to include more cardio in my workouts when I go to the gym. Having that written down into my to-do list makes me just remember, I can't complete the day unless I've done this. And chances are, well, it actually has turned out that I'm doing far more cardio than I've ever done before. I have been researching and implementing these things for the past few months. I think it's been helping me big time. I've noticed definitely my focus is sharper. It's not nowhere near where it was. My mind used to just wander back a few months, and now I can actually stick to something for much longer. So of course it just means practice. Another way that you can implement this is using setting yourself mini deadlines. There is a word for it. I forget, but I've read it somewhere. I might include it somewhere, where you set yourself little deadlines, and then as opposed to committing a whole day to one thing, which I'm pretty sure we've all been guilty of doing. I do it all. I used to do it quite a lot. I'll say this, on Saturday when I've got a full day, I'm just gonna, make a YouTube video, and then I just end up taking the whole day when this can be squeezed out in a few, like an hour, 2 hours maybe. So give yourself like little deadlines, like 20 minutes to complete a task. It makes you actually stick to something. Give yourself an hour maximum. You can also have this method where you focus on something for 20 minutes straight. 20 minutes. It's very, very doable. Take 5 minutes as a break. 20 minutes again, 5 minutes break. And it just kind of helps chunk down the day, makes it much easier to handle as well if you're doing 20-minute bite-sized focused work. It is difficult to stay focused nowadays, especially with the amount of distractions that we've got. We get distracted. Hey, focus. As I was saying, the amount of distractions that we've got every single day, especially when this little contraption I'm speaking into, this thing called a mobile phone, boom, you've got social media, text message, you've got your mum calling you, have you done the dishes? I don't know, depends how old you are, if you're still living with your mum. Social media. This is an interesting one. I would say I've looked into ways to kind of tackle this, because it is tricky to avoid it completely. It's pretty much everywhere you look. I'd like to set certain times within the day that I may flick through, and when I do flick through them, it's not even that long. It's for like 2-3 minutes, but at least I'll kind of keep up to date, have a little update on, my friends and things like that. Maybe 2 minutes, boom, and then I won't touch it again. A very important thing, of course, is rest, sleep. You need to chill out with this social media before going to bed, or chill out with these YouTube videos. Like, stop watching this video like 5 minutes before you need to go to bed. Put your phone on airplane mode, social distance with your mobile phone. We all know that exercise, looking after yourself, going for a run, going for a swim, things like that will help in the long run with all sorts of things. And amongst the many things that they actually help with, of course, is your focus. Allowing your brain to focus on a particular task. Let's say you're going for a run, you're focusing on your breath, you're focusing on, making sure you stay on the path. If you're going swimming, it's quite a bit of technique and coordination required to do that. So you have to focus a lot on what you're doing. Same as well when it comes to lifting weights. There's this powerful thing called mind-muscle connection. And if you don't have that, and if you're not developing that skill, then we're struggling. We're not hitting that tiny little shoulder muscle that you're supposed to, and the next thing, boom, you're injured. I resonate the most with lifting weights, as your boy's got some gains. I'll cut that out in post. There's loads of scientific studies that have gone into this, displaying the power of exercise and focus. There's I may link one as well at the bottom, but we all know it helps. So keep fit. Multitasking is the best thing you can do. False. unless you're, I don't know, unless it's like built in your DNA, or you're an octopus person who's got like multiple arms and they all function independently. Allow it. Don't multitask. That's tricky. You'll end up doing, if you're doing three things, this will be like 40% efficiently done. This will be like 25%, 30%. Focus on one thing, get that thing 100% completed, or as satisfying as you need it to be done, and then move on. Or if you want to kind of multitask or kill two birds with one stone, I would do similar tasks at the same time. So if you're trying to read and you want to keep healthy, mate, put on some earphones, go for a walk, listen to a book. Audible, not sponsored. I got like 2 subscribers. Both of me. Focus, building your focus, retaining it. I've noticed anyway in my journey, it takes time. It's not something that will happen overnight. This requires practice. This requires routine and setting this kind of a routine every single day for weeks and weeks, and turning that into months, and then it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you know you're in that gold zone where it feels strange when you don't do something that becomes a habit. You feel like you've missed something during your day, and that's where you want to be ultimately. Words like willpower, discipline, all that is included as well, but they are whole different kind of topics and videos. Willpower is essentially what fuels your actions. If you want to make a change, you need a certain amount of willpower. Discipline, that's another golden zone word. Discipline, that's when you know